Welcome back. Tonight, I'm obsessed with being understood because that's clearly an issue for President Trump. Consider his exchange in the Rose Garden Wednesday with my colleague, Kristen Welker.
You seem to suggest yesterday that you are essentially committing to not spying on North Korea. Is that what you meant? Were those comments interpreted accurately?
No, it's not what I meant. It's what I said, and I think it's different than maybe your interpretation.
It's what he said, not what he meant. Got that? It's been our fault this whole time. We've all been listening to what the president says instead of what he means.
Well, look, nobody has greater respect for intelligence than Donald Trump. William McKinley has not been properly recognized.
An island surrounded by water, big water.
We're going to win in space. And by the way, without any musical instruments.
Don't you see? You were listening to the words the president said, but not the words he didn't say. The president might say what he means, but he might not mean what he says, or maybe it's the other way around, if you know what I mean. And even then, the words might not mean what you think they mean. Right, President Clinton?
It depends upon what the meaning of the word is.
Yes.
So in essence, our president just said, don't believe what he says, because he might not mean it. America, what say you? Hello, YouTubers. If you're watching this, it means you've checked out our channel, so thank you. Now do me a favor, subscribe by clicking on that button down there. Click on any of the videos to watch the latest interviews and highlights from MTP Daily and MSNBC. You can get more Meet the Press content every morning in the First Read newsletter. If you're tired of content that you don't know anything about where it came from, you don't have to have that problem with us. NBC News, MSNBC, MTP, and the Meet the Press mindset right here for you on YouTube. Subscribe now.